Right in the head before. Oh, that's good. Well, we had a surgical recovery here, Joe. No idea. How are you? You brought things to read, babe? It's a little, insulting to me as a person. Rockbill, the Sheila rap. Well, Sheila's a girl who likes to go down and out. Yeah. Yeah, sure. Well, there's Yoko. She's a little shorter this year. Every year she gets a little smaller. What else do you have there, babe? And by babe, of course, I mean you and not the perfume. Good times. Well, we'll be the judge of that, won't we? Okay. Why gay midgets can't find housing. I thought that was an important issue in there. There you go, Sparky. Thank you so much. Where are you from, sir? New Jersey, or? Well, that's a nice state. Well, there are a lot of parts of New Jersey that are very nice. I can't think of any right now, but white shirts are coming back, huh? Good. I just have to check, I'm wearing this Martian football coach sweater, so don't go by me, ladies and gentlemen. Ladies and jaywalkers. Where are you from, sir? Brooklyn. I'd like to make you feel at home. Vinny on alley 5, Vinny on alley 5. Your wife is locked in the trunk. Vinny on alley 5. Well, Joe and I, last time we were together was at that Springsteen concert in L.A. Is Bruce big enough now? Or how big can Bruce be? I mean, Bruce is the greatest. He's the only man that can lift weights and not be an asshole. You know what I'm saying? He's still sensitive. He's the ideal man. It's confusing for kids now because there's Rambo, there's Bruce. I mean, if you like Bruce and you like Rambo, what do? You blow up your girlfriend's house and you write a song about it. I mean, what? Bruce's concerts now, I guess the more money he makes, the longer his concerts are. Now it's 4.5 hours, and I mean, it's great because he does it. But one of the reasons that the concerts are so long is because he does these long raps before every song. He tells a little story before each song. And, well, I guess I'm getting so big now that, I got more money than God. Matter of fact, God called me up last night and asked if he could borrow some money. It ain't like the old days. I remember when I was about 18 years old, I wanted to use the car, and my old man wouldn't let me, so I went around the neighborhood and stole a bunch of dogs and sold them and stole so many dogs I bought my own car. Well, my old man got real mad at me about that and wouldn't let me go out that night. So I waited till he went to sleep, snuck down to his room, took the keys out of his pocket, and I stole my own car. Went over to pick up my girl. She snuck out too. She was a little upset because her dog was missing, but I didn't want to say anything to her. We went for a ride down by the beach, and there was a big full moon out, and moonbeams are bouncing off the waves. And there I was, driving in my car. Or what girl's not going to ball Bruce? I mean, come on. But I figured out how Bruce Springsteen got his singing style. Whenever Bruce wants to hit a certain note, all he does is goose himself, and that's how he gets it. Born in the USA, born in the USA, I was born in the USA, I was born in the USA. Thank you. Yeah, people still come up to me still. I mean, it'll be the rest of my life. People come up to me in the street and they say, was that incident with Hulk Hogan real? Now, for those who don't know, Hulk Hogan, this wrestler person, was on my talk show. I had a show called Hot Properties last spring on, thank you. Had this show, and it's called Hot Properties. They're supposed to have on what's hot, what's not, or whatever. Now that someone ripped off the title, I shouldn't use that. But anyway, so someone on my staff, I shouldn't say my staff, that's a little presumptuous of me, someone who worked for me, who, you know, I could fire, came up to me, and they said, we can get Hulk Hogan and Mr. T on the show because of WrestleMania. I said, yeah, good. Sure. WrestleMania, yeah, good. No, they said, no, it'd be great for the ratings. I said, well, then, good. Okay, so we found out a few minutes later that Mr. T's people said that Mr. T will not come down to the show unless there's 50 kids in the audience. So I said, oh, shit. So I said, all right, let's go get a school bus, go down there, throw some Hot Properties T-shirts on these kids, sedate them, put them on the bus, bring them back here, put them in the audience. I mean, I love kids, but I love ratings too, ladies and gentlemen, you know? Let's be honest about this. So I'm in my dressing room, and this person that works for Mr. T comes up to me in my dressing room before the show, before Mr. T gets there, and says, Mr. Belzer, we're kind of walking on eggshells around Mr. T today because he's in a bad mood. He's in a bad mood. Ethiopia's in a bad mood, you know what I'm saying? This guy makes $3 million a year, and he's in a bad fucking mood? Give me a personal break, will you? To myself, I said that. I said that to myself. Oh, well. Well, if he's in a bad mood, we'll make every precaution. So a few minutes goes by, Mr. T comes in. He's got his gold on, his mohawk, and he's got this jumpsuit on, and he's got a baton with a spring in it. It comes in like this. The most menacing, the most terrifying. This guy's like a fire hydrant from Mars. Who is this guy? Not of this earth. Just comes in, and he's real intimidating, and everyone's scared of him, and he's real imposing. Hey, where's my dinner? Where's my dinner? Where's my dinner? And then his interpreter said he's saying, where's my dressing room? Where's my dressing room? I didn't know him. Well, Mr. T, welcome, you know, to the show. We got the kids here. I'm glad you could do it. Okay, where's my dinner? Oh, back there, back there. So I started to talk like I'm a little bit back there. So he went back there pumping the thing. A few minutes goes by. The Hulk comes in. Now, this guy, the Hulk, is 6'7". He weighs 339 pounds. I'm 150. 6'1". Newsweek magazine called me the pencil-arm comedian. Thank you, Newsweek, very much. I'll subscribe next year to you. Yeah, right. Well, the Hulk comes in. He walks like this. You know, it's like this. It's like he got fucked in the ass by a rhino. You know? This. Well, here's a real normal way for a man to walk. This Schwarzenegger Rambo Hulk walk. It's like these guys are so terrified of not being masculine or being wimpy that they've distorted the whole idea of what it is to be a man. It's like, you know, comes in, hey, dude, how you doing, dude? What do I have, a hat on and land in Colorado? What a fucking dude. What are you talking to? Myself, I said that. I said, how are you, Hulk person? I said, you're a real funny dude. I like you, dude. I want to be in your next movie. Yeah, I go in the fucking studio and I'll co-star with you. Right, sure, right, great. Again, to myself, I said that. I said, oh, yeah, I'd love to be in a movie. Okay, where's my man, Mr. T? Well, he's back there doing this, you know, so got that baton spring going. And he goes and ambles off, you know, goes in there. Okay, the show's going to begin now, right? Come out, do the warm-up, ladies and gentlemen, Hot Properties. You got the 50 sedated kids in the audience. You got these 2 repressed gay guys backstage who are afraid of men and women. They'll be on in a second. Now we have a great show. Okay, come out. First guest, Mr. T comes out. Got the baton on camera now. Doing this on camera. Go, sit down next to me. Sit in the chair. And we're on the air now. And me, like an asshole, I tried to talk to him. Because it's a talk show and I'm the host. What an asshole I am. I actually tried to do my job. So I was trying to be nice. You know, one-word answers, grunts, groans. He's misogynistic. He's racist. He's everything. And I looked at him and I say, well, you know, I was trying to give him the benefit of the doubt because if a guy looks that severe, maybe he's compensating for something. Maybe, you know, he had some story about his... No, he's an asshole. He's a fucking asshole. Some people are just assholes. I'm sorry. In his case. So, I asked him, he said, all men in New York are wimps. All men in New York. Like every man in New York is a wimp, you know. He said, I had to go on to subway today. I beat up 3 muggers. I said, yeah, I bet. Sure you did. Right. Yeah. To myself, I said, oh, that's good. I'm glad you're cleaning up the subway there. That's really nice of you. Then I said a word like exclaim. I said, I don't know that word. I'm from the street. I said, well, I'm from the street, too, and I learned the word. And then I said out loud. I said that out loud. And the audience went, whoa. And he started pumping the thing a little more. Then smoke started coming out of the baton. His hair stood more on end. He started remembering Farrakhan's speeches. You know, he was going crazy there. So we go to commercial. And I lean over to him. I say, Mr. T, babe, relax. He goes, I'm in character. I'm in character. He's in character. Takes me to Hulk Hogan fucking prison right now. What an asshole I am. What the fuck you think I'm doing? Building a porch? Of course you're in character. We're in show business, you fucking jerk. To myself, I said that. So you chose to be this obnoxious, repugnant, racist, bullying jerk. Is that the idea? To myself, again, I said that. Well, I said, oh, I didn't, now I understand. Of course, of course. So then the Hulk comes out with fresh rhino marks on his ass. He's got horn burns on his cheeks now. Comes up, sits down, and goes, I've been watching you backstage, dude. I've been watching you. You've been doing things to Mr. T. I don't like what you've been doing. You know, I told my man, Mr. T, not to hurt anybody, and you probably heard about that, and that's why you're getting in so much trouble. Well, you know, wrestling's not fake. I'll tell you another thing about it. Started doing scat on my show. So I started trading fours with that, all in my mind, but it sounded like that. So then I said, well, let me, you know, this is at least that he's more, you know, accessible in his own weird way than the hydrant over here. You know, this is real normal. Yeah, okay. So I asked Mr. Hulk, whose real name is Sterling Golden. Yeah, so glad he changed it. Yeah, okay. Well, Hulk, yeah. You know, our kids buy dolls and watch cartoons. These are the heroes in this country. I have to think about that for a second when you go home. Not now, it's too serious. So anyway, I go over with Hulk to the demonstration area. But this is where my lawyers say I have him, because Hulk leaned over to Mr. T just as he's crossing. He says, I'm going to make him squeal. If I had heard that, I would have been Ralph Cramden for a year. I didn't hear that. So we go over to the so-called demonstration area, and he puts a chin lock on me. Now, there's no such thing as a sleeper hold, because if there was a sleeper hold, there'd be no wrestling. One guy does the other guy, the match is over. So there's no sleeper hold, okay? Thank you. So then, he gets me in a chin lock, puts my head over here, and cuts off my oxygen, okay? It's funny now. And at the time, I thought it was check, please, on this life, okay? Waiter, can I get a tally, because I want to leave the planet now, okay? I thought, you know, forget about it. I thought it was all over. And I tried to hit him, but I was dying. So, you can't throw a good right when you're fucking dead. That's one thing I learned. Two things I learned about fighting. Never do this, because, you know, what are you going to do, right? And never hit anybody when you're dying, because it just doesn't play. All right, now, so he puts me to sleep, but then the Harvard scientist that he is, he's not a wrestler because they flunked out of Harvard, I'll tell you that. He lets me go, and I'm already asleep, so I fall down, boom, hit the back of my head, split my head open, blood gushing out. For some reason, I got up, and I said, we'll be right back. I don't know how I did that. Then my courageous producer, John Gilroy, came up, finished the show. They took me to the hospital, put 8 stitches in the back of my head. Now I'm in the hospital in bed watching TV, and the news is on. I see Channel 2, Richard Belzer, boom, again I see it. Next channel, boom, again. Boom. Every channel, CNN, Belzer, boom. Was it real? Boom. Was it fake? Boom. I have more stitches. I fell out of bed every time. Boom. And then I had a dream that night for my first time back after this incident. Come back out on the show after this. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back, Richard Belzer. I'm really good to be back. To myself, It's good to be back in New York. I'm bi-coastal, but I've had shots. I live in New York and L.A. I have residences in both places. I'm not bragging. I have no money, but I have 2 apartments, so. The most radical thing adjusting was when you go to L.A. and you meet the LAPD, because, you know, New York cops, when they go out, they get 6 bullets and some medication. They're very laid back, New York cops there. You could be driving down the street in New York with a joint hanging in your mouth, beer between your legs, seatbelt flapping out the door. New York cop will go, give me a coffee on the way back. In L.A., the cops, all right, pull over, your left speaker's out, pull over. You don't have Dolby? Spread them. That's the way I'm done. This is the way I just caught myself. That's the way I talk now. These guys know that. Unless I'm on stage, if I'm off stage, I'm so lazy verbally now. I just, yeah, sure. That's anybody that knows me knows that. I just, fellas, what are you doing tonight? Yeah, sure. It's like shorthand language. Yeah, good. I think I'm getting Belzheimer's disease. That's probably what it is. Somebody you know does this more than 5 times a day. Yeah, good. Yeah, sure, right, good. And, call this number, but what? It's another thing. I'm afraid I'm going to get so old and I'll still perform and I won't know that I'm old and I'll still come out. I'll still do my act and nobody told me, right? I said, what? I don't know. What? My grandfather's like that. My grandfather's very funny, but I don't know if he's putting me on or if he really forgets. It's a tricky line there. Like he'll tell stories, he'll forget the punchline, It's like, I remember when you and your father were the same age. We were the same. Yeah, that's right, you little shit. I'm your father's father. I know how old everybody is in the family. And when he said, I remember one time I was going in the car, I was going to get your dreidel fixed, and there was, and the door of the car was a little ajar. Yeah. What do you mean, yeah, you little shit? I was driving, I know what it was. You little shit. That reminds me of a cute story. This is how I'll be in 50 years. So then I was living in California and I had a shot, and it was, what? At the New York cops, they have a thing when they drive it, and they get you. Where? I read in the paper today now they have these heavy metal bands, for Jesus, Christian rock bands. They do. Striper, it's called, or Striker or something. And they throw Bibles in the audience. They have country western for Jesus. They have Jews for Jesus. Yeah, and now they have this new FM station, Jazz for Jesus. Hey, Jesus, what a groovy guy. What a cat you are. Hey, when you walk down water, you even get your feet wet, Jesus. Oh, I love those sandals, yeah, Jesus. What a dresser you are. What a cat, what a dude. Hey, that crippled guy, you sure he can go get things for himself now. Yeah, the crippled guy. The blind guy, well, guess what? He can S-E-E-C because of Y-O-U, Jesus. Jesus. What a guy, what a cat, what a dude. Hey, they didn't let you stay in that place. No Jews allowed. Remember, they put you in the manger, and those cats saw the star, the camel, the gifts, the whole thing. You didn't even know it was Christmas. They gave you presents anyway. Jesus. What a groovy guy. What a cat you are. Too bad you've been misquoted over the times you've been around. No one understands you now. I hope you don't come back too soon because you'll kick some ass. Jesus. Yeah, Jesus. He's the coolest, grooviest, gonest cat of What a guy. What a cat, what a dude. It's great. We can make fun of religion and... I kid God, but... I get a stroke and I work like this. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, right, good. Want to play dice? A little dreidel, maybe? Anybody want to play a little dreidel? Come on. You see, like old Jewish guys bent down in the alley back at us and they go, come on, Gimel. Come on. Give me a goddamn Gimel, you son of a bitch. A Gimel, you best if I don't get a Gimel. Come on, Daddy needs a new towers. Come on, baby. Come on, I want to put more fruit on the sukkah's tent. Come on. My Salt Lake City hunk. Yes, I was in Connecticut last week. Anyone here from Connecticut? I was in Connecticut. Whereabouts? Bridgeport, my hometown. Do I know you? Martin? I'll have the $50 for you after the show, all right? 22 years ago, I borrowed $50. No, they gave me the key to the city. Did you know that? You didn't know that. It was great. They ran me out of that town 20 years ago. Now, you're a little bit famous now. Come back so we can exploit you, okay? Here's a key. Yeah, thanks, babe. Great. Yeah. What am I supposed to say, as a speech? I said, yeah, well, get thrown out of every school you ever went to, and don't listen to your parents, and you'll make more money than this fucking mayor over here, okay? I couldn't say that very easily. Can you blow some more smoke up here because I want to be a lung test, okay, babe? Thank you. So in Bridgeport, Connecticut, I was thrown out of every school I ever went to. I was thrown out of nursery school, grammar school, Hebrew school, college. I don't know, in Hebrew school, God personally expelled me from school. Richard, you're officially a Gentile now. I want you to move to Iowa, write a fan letter to Minnie Pearl, eat pork, and if you have any problems, pray to Muhammad, pray to Buddha, but I'm out of this, okay? Good, because, no, you're out, good. God actually talks like that. You die, you go to heaven, there's this guy going, yeah, right, good. Yeah, belong. Yeah. Did you take a wrong turn or something? Or? So after I got thrown out of Hebrew school, my my parents had the same reaction. My mother had the same reaction. She kicked the shit out of me. She said, no. No, my mother did never wear a watch because she kicked my ass every 15 minutes. She'd go, it must be 3:15 because I'm kicking his ass. And this shoulder's a little higher because my mother would grab me like this and hit me in the ass like this. So it was like a pony or something. You know? She was tough, though. But I used to get hit so much, I figured if I'm going to get hit, I might as well work her back. So verbally, I would attack her while she was hitting me. She'd be hitting me. That's good, Mom. Can you put more cold cream on your face? Yeah, great. Make some more boiled chicken. I love when you make boiled chicken. Yeah, Mom, good, yeah. Put another roll in your hair. We'll get fucking FM. Okay, Mom? Yeah. Hey. She was like Joan Crawford on acid, my mother. So only it was with her, keep the wire hangers, you understand? Yeah. Whatever that means. Whatever that means. What? Well, my mother always had two reasons why I could do things. See, most mothers, every mother, has at their disposal mother logic, which is a great thing because if you're a mother and you have a kid and the kid wants to do something and you don't want to do it, you could say, can't do it because I'm your mother. Why? Because I'm your mother. I mean, there's no, take me to logic prison. Right now, lock me up. And no, I want to go to Nietzsche's cell. Right now, thanks. So one night I wanted to go out, and my mother said, you can't go out for two reasons. A, the first reason, A, because that's the first reason. And two, no. Because, no. Well, that's real fucking logical. Why? Well, sometimes my mother would get tired of hitting us, and she'd send my father in to hit us. And, Charlie, my arm's a little tight. You want to go in and give him a whack for me? Thanks a lot. My father was like the Jewish Gary Cooper. You know, he didn't want to hit anybody. He just wanted to, just come home after working out high noon. And he had these backless slippers that you could hear coming. You know, it was like... This is how we knew he was coming. But to me, it was like Jaws after a while. It was like... Daddy's coming! Ah! And he'd start hitting me. Of course, I had to work him, too, of course. Oh, yeah, okay, Dad, great, yeah. Were you on a flannel farm? Nice pajamas, Dad. Okay. You put more Vitalis in your hair? Yeah, great, Dad. See, when me and my brother were little kids, my parents can do this thing. They can say, go to bed. I mean, that's so omniscient. It's like, when you're a little kid, and it's 7 o'clock at night, your parents don't send you to bed because it's for your health. They want to get rid of you. Send the kids to bed. So you go to bed, you have 80 gallons of adrenaline in your body, and there you are in bed. Yeah, I can sleep. Yeah, sure, I can sleep. Oh, yeah. I know I can sleep. Oh, yeah, I'm going to sleep tonight. Ooh, I can sleep. Oh, yeah. Yeah, he can sleep. It's speed, and he doesn't even know it. Yeah, I can sleep. Oh, yeah. He's wailing at 7 on his own adrenaline. And So me and my brother would devise these games because we were restless and we resented having to be there. And one of the games we did was, to see who can get caught. But see who could talk the loudest without being heard. That was one of the games. I bet I can say my name a little bit louder than you can say your name, and then I won't get in trouble, but you will get in trouble. And then my mother would hear, that's a high C, that's Richard. Okay, boom, get that horsey, Oh. And one of the things I used to love to do to my brother, if I could, because it required me staying awake after he went to sleep. I'd fight sleep. He'd fall asleep. And I would go, Leonard, get out of my bed! Leave me alone! Leave me alone! Leonard. Stop it! Stop it! My parents would come running in and start beating the shit out of my brother. Because they thought he was faking being asleep. And they're hitting him and hitting him. And he wakes up, what the fuck is going on here? And I jump up in my bed and pull my pajamas on and go, you're getting hit. And my brother would see this and he'd start laughing. I go, oh, you think it's funny, huh? And I'd be up there, hey, okay. It's that funny, huh? And one of the games we played when we were real little, when we were little kids, was this game called Scary Monster. And the object of this game is, if you share a room with a sibling. I got to take a drink after that word, I'll tell you. Sibling. Hey, what's going on here? Does Daffy Duck have any sisters? So my brother and I played this game. It was called Scary Monster. And what the object was, see, one of the brothers would go out of the room, and the other brother would turn the room into Scary Monster house. You know, haunted house. It's logical, right? Good. Okay. But it was kind of interesting because you did it in your own room, and you know where everything is in your room. You know, your bed's here, your brother's bed's here, the window's there, you know, the linoleum on the floor, and cowboys on the wallpaper, and dead turtle on the radiator that you left there from the night before. You move it, I'm not moving there. Right. 3 days, dead turtle on the radiator until someone turned. Someone finally moved it. My mother came and grabbed the turtle and said, all right, you get out. Come on, let's go, get out. Die in my house, will you? I told you. So the Scary Monster game, right? So I would go out of the room. My brother would stay in the room. Come back in. Of course, if you open the door, the hallway light illuminates the room, so that diminishes the terror a little bit. And then you close the door, and standing there, and my brother would roll this toy truck across the floor, and you could hear the wheels squeaking. He said, it's very scary in here. It's really scary. You probably can't comprehend how scary it really is. And there's a monster in the room, and he's gonna wet your bed, and you're gonna be blamed for it. And there's another monster who's a friend of the monster that's gonna, you know, do that to your bed. His friend, the other monster's gonna take your homework and eat it. And this was, you know, in the 50s, that's the kid's imagination. A monster in your bed. Today it's, I'm gonna put a chainsaw up your ass. I'm gonna rip your heart out and show you that. Saturday morning cartoons now are terrifying to me. When I was a kid, the worst thing that happened, Mickey Mouse lost his shoe. What a tragedy. Mickey's shoe. Now it's the guy in the basement's gonna eat your family. Whoa, baby, whoa. Yeah, I'll pay $5 to see that, yeah. I had this experience once where I went to Yankee Stadium with my father, and I was a little kid. I had to go to the bathroom at Yankee Stadium. Now, your only experience with bathrooms when you're a little kid is at home, you know, and at school where there's like 2 urinals. Yankee Stadium. Little kid, I walk in, I wasn't ready for this. 100 urinals against the wall, okay? 100 urinals against the wall, 100 urinals against the wall. It's like a science fiction movie because as a little kid, they're the same height as you are. Attack of the urinals! I see all these guys in there, all these guys. I didn't know there were that many dicks in the world, let alone 100 urinals. And every man has his own style of going to the bathroom. Like some guys come in, they hold it like it's a Panatella. What is it, a dick, or what are you going to smoke it or piss it? What are you going to do, man? What is this with this, bro? No, really, what is this thing here? You want a lighter? What do you want to do? No, tell me, yeah. And these guys blow my mind. The guys that, you know, they backhand their own dick. I mean, what is this? Man actually goes to the trouble to go to this move for their own dick. It's like, what is that? Yeah, God, there's a real smart way to, yeah, right. Like you won't ever hit your pinky or anything. Yeah, right, okay. Yeah. It's a real intelligent way to do it. Tennis coaches do this move. And there's the guys that come in, no hands, they're just standing there like that. Those are the guys that sneak a real quick at you, but they pretend they're not looking. Huh, I wasn't looking at you. I was just melting this ice here. Melting the ice, the guy was melting it. Of course, when I go to those places now, it's, all right, let's go, move over, give me 4 or 5 of those things. Come on, let's go, get out of the way. Come on, you, get out of there. 4 ice and men, come on. And of course, I was bar mitzvahed. I had the bar mitzvah, which is a ritual in the Jewish religion that according to the Jewish religion, when you have a bar mitzvah, you become a man. Okay? Now, when you're a kid in the street, they say, are you a man yet? Are you a man? It means, did you get laid yet? So I figure, what a great religion. Turn 13, you get laid. So I didn't study my secular studies too much. I studied my Hebrew quite a bit, had my bar mitzvah. Great bar mitzvah. Like Miles Davis, I just blew. I was great. Great bar mitzvah. And my fantasy was that my grandfather would come over to me after the service and go, Richard, I want you to go into Rabbi Chichelman's study. Shelley Chichelman is in there. She's going to make a man out of you, if you know what I mean. What? You little shit? Yeah, like that was really going to happen. There'd really be a chick in the rabbi's office. Yeah, right. You know, real smart kid I was. Yeah. Yeah, you're going to get laid after you, do that thing. All right, there's pussy in synagogues. Yeah, right. But I got some great gifts for my bar mitzvah. I got a baseball glove. Yeah. And I got trees in Israel. Thank you for trees in Israel. What is a 13-year-old kid going to do with trees in Israel? Just my luck, Arabs are hiding behind the trees now, using them to shoot my relatives. There's a Belzer tree. Let's hide behind. Okay. Just my luck. But one of the gifts I got, which I really did want, almost as much as wanting to get laid, and that was a fishing rod, because I love nothing more than throwing the rod into the water, pulling the creature out, hook in its mouth, suffocates, throw it in a frying pan and eat it. That's what I want to do. You know what I'm saying? Jews don't know from fishing, Nova, salmon, it's a fish. How do you catch it? You put a bagel on the hook? How does that work? I didn't know you had to pull it out of the water and then eat it. If you put cream cheese on the boat, you get more fit. What? I've never heard of such a technique. Technique, man. Well, that's what I smell. You're smoking a pipe. What kind of tobacco you got in there, Ben? I mean, sir. Pardon you? Mr. 79? No, my name's Richard Belzer. You know, Mr. 79, it's Prince Albert. No, it's Mixture 79. Are you a professor, sir?
Well, I'm in charge of radical research for an animal development program.
Radical research for an animal development program? Are you the guy that straps a monkey in a chair and hits him in the head with a baseball bat and says, that looks like it hurts? It looks like the monkey will maybe limp. I don't know. Are you that guy that puts the shit in the rabbit's eyes so I can have mascara on Johnny? Is that how that works, man? Because I won't wear it anymore. You know what I'm saying? Maybe I'm getting ahead of myself. Perhaps you do something very benevolent, like put him to sleep, then whack him in the head. I don't know. No, maybe you're a nice guy. No, what do you actually do? What are you working on now? That could hurt. Well, like specifically what, for instance? Organ transplants of animals, ladies and gentlemen. So you take the dick off a spider and you give it to an ant and he feels like he's a big guy, or how's that work? Yeah, I'm an ant, but they say I'm built like a spider. Yeah, I fucked that queen ant. She had 800 million kids. I'll tell you right now. They looked a little weird, though, but they spin webs, but they still like sugar. Well, what other exciting? I'm presuming, but obviously, what have you done? What did you do this week?
You know, we have taken the gills from a fish to a mouse to make him amphibious.
Now, let me get this straight. You take the gills from a fish and you put it in a mouse. So what, do you have to put worms on mouse traps now? What the hell's going on? Forget the cheese, huh?
We have taken a third arm from automobile accident.
From an automobile accident.
Victims.
Yeah.
And actually
taken a third arm and put it somewhere else on someone. So now you can wipe your ass without still reading the newspaper? Is that what you... Well, thank you, sir. We got some logic out of it. Well, now that explains it. I think it explains it. Yeah, right. So. I'm convinced that Reagan definitely hypnotized Gorbachev at the summit, because if you talk to this guy for 5 hours, well, Premier, I think you're getting a little sleepy now. I think your eyes are getting very, very, well, gosh, they're getting heavy, aren't they?
I really think they're getting, very, very heavy, and you're going to disarm those missiles, aren't you? When you wake up, you're going to disarm those missiles, aren't you?
And then this Russian guy with birdshit on his head answers him, you know. I will disarm the missile. I will disarm the missile. I was reading the other day that Reagan and Bogart were both up for the part of Rick in Casablanca. I'm sure there are people here that know. I'm not just making that. It's true. It is true. And I had this fantasy. What if what if that happened and their roles were switched and Reagan was Rick and Bogart was the president?
Well, gosh, Sam, I'd play it again if I were you. Of all the gin joints in all the world, why did Mommy have to walk into this one? I tried to run the country properly, but they forced me at every turn. Now, take the Middle East, effective legislation, no more, no less. Yes, I remember the missiles were overarmed. I'm writing my memoirs now. We have a historian at the White House now, and they want me to remember my memoirs. I remember when I was a little boy, I used to stand between my father's legs and play with his balls like this. And he kicked me in the teeth, and that's why I talk like this, so...
Thank you. Well, the thing that really pisses me off about Reagan is that the man is always laughing at something and we're not in on it. It's like he just told himself a joke, but we're not in on it, you know? It's like, Iowa, babe. Ayatollah, Iowa.
Well,
Ayacoca, what is it, babe? Iowa. I've been working on the railroad. What is it, Ron? What? Get to the verb, Ron. Come on, get to the verb.
Well,
Yeah, sure. Well, my ass. Okay, babe? Thanks. And can you believe that, Reagan calls Nixon for advice? I won't accept the charges. I refuse to take the charges. Nixon's great, though. He has great posture. I got the morphine suppositories. I feel much better now. One thing I'm happy about, though, is that Keith Richards now has an exercise video because, rock stars are so thin, and Keith Richards' exercise video. Rock stars are very skinny. And I think that the greatest news is that Talking Heads has produced the David Byrne aerobic exercise video. David Byrne. You may ask yourself, who's that big fat pig in the mirror? You may ask yourself, how did I gain 4,000 pounds? You may ask yourself, is fat suctioning really safe? You may ask yourself, hey, where did my feet go? Let the cakes go by, no more digging out. Let the cakes go by. After the dressing comes, let the cakes go by, no more picking out. Okay, exercise with me now. Head slaps on 4,
1, 2, 3, 4. Arm chops. 1, 2, 3, 4. Shaking up and down for no apparent reason. Fat as you ever was. 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 The Canadian Goose in the audience. I had to go to the doctor in Canada once. They, the guy, every other word was French. It wasn't too scary or anything. Take off your lapins. What? Doctors get real personal, don't they? Well, I have to educate women a little bit. See, when men go to the doctor, we don't put our feet in stirrups. They don't play country and western music. It's a whole different thing for the man. For some reason, when a man goes, the doctor grabs the man by the balls and says, cough. I want to know why. What's he looking for? Oh, you got night blindness, huh? Hey, what, do you got, a tennis elbow? Trick knee, huh? Doc, get your hands off my balls, okay? Thanks. I love when doctors have the audacity to put a plastic glove on, they grease up their finger and they say, bend over. I go, whoa, 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 Doc. I'm paying for the visit, right? Here's 20 bucks extra, stay out of my ass. All right, there you go. Unless you're gonna wash dishes, take the fucking glove off now, okay? You know, if a small car falls out of my ass, I'll call you up, all right? Right now, my ass feels fine, okay? I don't give a shit how many years this guy went to college. He's not hitchhiking up my coolie. You know what I'm saying? It's the kind of woman I am, man. It was a nice day today, wasn't it? It wasn't too bad. I get scared when weathermen get, when something happens that doesn't usually happen. Weathermen flip out, when there's a hurricane. Remember Hurricane Gloria? And on the West Coast, when there was going to be this big rainstorm, it's the same thing happens. Weathermen have the most boring job in television. Once in a while, there's a weather system. It's like your dealer's here, it's like... So these guys stayed up all night watching the monitor, watching the satellite on the monitor. And the next day, they're whacked out of their skulls, 800 cups of coffee, and they come on, national television, and they go, you better watch out! Oh, the hurricane's coming, yeah! Oh, yeah, you better watch out! Yeah, if it comes inland, you better strap your dick to your leg, you better tape your tits down, you better tape your windows, because if it comes inland, you're in a lot of trouble! A little wind, a little rain, here's your hurricane over here, baby, right? I expect to see Dorothy in the house spinning. Nothing, there's nothing. I had lunch outside that day. Yeah. Oh, if it comes inland, yeah, sure, yeah, right. Yeah, I'll be waiting for it, yeah, right. But I have to admit this may not be funny, but I have to admit one thing, ladies and gentlemen. I do have AIDS hysteria. I'm terrified of AIDS. I mean, when I have sex now, I wear a condom, I wear gloves, I wear a surgical mask. That's just when I jerk off. I don't want to say I'm afraid or anything. Now my friends come to me and say, Belz, I'm monogamous now. I'm monogamous. They're bragging they're monogamous. Everybody's wife is looking real good now, so don't bullshit me you're monogamous. You're afraid of getting, a snail up your ass or something. No, but it is amazing if you think about it. Whoever would have guessed, in your wildest dream or beyond your imagination, whoever would have guessed that getting fucked in the ass 40 times a day would be bad for you? What a revelation that is. So you can't, guys, you can't be sure of anything, all right? That's right. Joe, you can't be sure. I gotta change my whole lifestyle now, you know what I mean? I'm down to 22, 23 times a day. Just to play it safe. It's a real noble disease, though. A monkey bit some guy in the ass in Africa. He goes to Haiti, balls another guy, and we're all gonna fucking die. Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot. For the genealogy of that fucking streptococcus.
Thank you, God. That was a good one. I don't think God's fully developed yet. I think he's still adolescent. Yeah, you want another tornado? All right. Here you are. Sorry, God. I always thought Ralph Cramden should be the Old Testament God. You want to know why it took 7 days to create the world, Norton? You want to know why? Because it's a big world. That's why. You want to know where you're going, Norton? You want to know where you're going, Norton? You're going down, Norton. You're going down. But I don't want to be the Antichrist, Ralph. No, you're going down, Norton. Then he goes over to Judas. You are a blabbermouth. You, Judas, are a blabbermouth. You know, I need about 47, 53 drinks a day. I come home, I beat the shit out of my wife, and doze off in front of Knight Rider. Yeah. Knight Rider's my favorite show. I have to take Knight Rider so I can come home and fucking erase it. You know what I'm saying? Knight Rider at my ass, all right? Real important show about a car that talks. Yeah, good. It says, what? I don't care. Okay, babe? Good. Tonight, the car gets in trouble and then takes a shit. Yeah, good. Okay. Who cares? One important bit of cultural news, though, is the Biograph albums came out, you know, the Bob Dylan retrospective. Dylan looked good at Live Aid, didn't he? Yeah. But, you know, and all those songs, and they're all great, obviously, I mean, but there isn't one song to explain the mystery of Bob Dylan, and I would like to nominate this song for that very purpose, the Ballad of Bob Dylan.
Well, I'm a skinny Jew, one of the few from Minnesota. They had a quota. Came to the big city, dreamed I was Walter Mitty, wrote folk songs that I thought were witty. Someone said I'd be the next big thing till they heard me sing, but it was too late to change their minds, 'cause the contracts were already signed. Had a few hits, lived by my wits at the Chelsea Hotel, but then I fell off a motorbike. But I didn't like being out of work, so I came back and sang with a country twang. Lay, lady, lay. Got some airplay. Had to change my voice, didn't have no choice. Had to make the payments on a new Rolls Royce. Well, I played in Nashville, played in Japan, didn't sell no tickets when I played Iran. Jack Nicholson called me the voice of a generation. And I can't get played on most radio stations. When I found Jesus, I found Moses. People thought it was psychosis. Commercially, I cut my throat while all the critics sat and wrote, years through his day has passed, but I think I'll be laughing last. Singing at Live Aid. Singing at Farm Aid. I'll be singing when they're drinking the Kool-Aid. Well, I'm a skinny Jew, one of the few from me. That's what Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you. What a great audience. Thanks a lot. I had a great time. I hope you did. What? What?